I'm delighted to be here. And I would love to get some water if I could just get help from the production. I also want to dedicate my comments to my late grandfather, who was an entrepreneur before his time. Sally Hirsch built one of the first optic companies and pharmacies in the neighborhood. He also had a very, very well-known candy factory in the 1930s called Hirsch & Sons, and had about 14 delivery cars and provided sweets to the children of the Frankfurt area, headquartered in Bad Homburg. It turns out that today the Fresenius company is headquartered in the old Hirsch factory, which was founded by my grandfather. So my grandfather would be very, very touched by me being here today and devoting these comments to him, to our German roots, and to our eternal friendship with a free and positive Germany and Israel. So we got to go quick. We're going on a road trip. I grew up in California. I like the road. And first you got to get full of gas, or used to be gas, you make sure you have an electric charge now that you guys are fully electricizing. And then we'll see what's going on in Israel. First to get disclaimed. Then get your numbers right. We got some of those earlier, thank you. And now we'll talk about the one number that impresses me the most, which is Israel, as you know, is such an active, incredible location. And yet OurCrowd, which is a democratic venture capital platform, right, where anyone here can decide, oh, I like that company. I would like to invest in it. $10,000? Fine. And you can literally go online, and in a matter of 5 minutes, you can become an investor. That today is the most active venture capital investor in Israel. We're managing $2.5 billion, according to Startup Nation Central. This is data from the 3 quarters, but for the last year, we did 108 different investments, which is quite remarkable for a year of war. That's what our portfolio looks like. Hard to keep track of it. It's my own personal anti-Alzheimer's campaign. We'll turn into a drug later, but only for those investors who give us 100,000. 10,000 is not good enough. But in any event, this is a portfolio which spans every area of Israel's activity. And when you get involved with Israeli startups, one of the things which really blows your mind is how many different sectors. Like, how does it work this way? Okay, we get the fact that cybersecurity is our specialty de la maison. You know, we are chefs in cyber. We're pretty darn good in defense tech too, as you've noticed. We sleep at night, mostly, okay, because we know that the Iron Dome is protecting us, and soon by you guys with the Arrow. But it's not just those two. It's fintech, it's HR tech, it's optics, it's med tech, it's materials, it's quantum computing. You just go on and on and on, and it's almost impossible to find a major area which is not being driven by Israeli startups. So don't take my word for it. Listen to the WEF. WEF has named Israel the most innovative country. That's got to be updated, I'm afraid. And at the heart of this whole beating startup beast is the fact that we have thousands of entrepreneurs who are essentially exciting thousands more of angel investors who then are locating in incubators like what Charlie's building. They're getting money from people like myself and the hundreds of VCs. Then there are 400 multinationals who've come to Israel to locate and to do development and R&D, which is incredible, okay, in addition to the IDF tech units, et cetera. So when you look at it, it turns out that today there is about almost 100 Israeli unicorns, which is remarkable. How many unicorns in the world? Not the real ones. I'm talking about like tech unicorns. There are about 1,000, maybe 1,200. So Israel has about 10%, 9% of the world's unicorns, which makes perfect sense, right? How many should we have with our population? Barely one. We're 100 times oversubscribed. That should tell you all you need to know about how you can't ignore Israel in this world. I wish. Is this working here, guys? Give me a help. Click forward. Thank you. And there are all kinds of other slides which we won't go into. Click that one through. This is important. It turns out that building a startup is a lot harder than it used to be, especially as you move to deep tech. And don't believe that everybody can pull a whiz. Okay, whiz was amazing. 32 billion, 0 to 5 years. You got to love that. But that's not normal. What's normal now is 15 years, which means get ready for a long road trip. It could be fun, but it's going to take time. And so now let's talk about the war. When you look at the war, the first thing that I was asked, and I did this literally the day after the war broke out, I went on Bloomberg. And they said, look, don't give us a stock tip, but tell us what's going to happen. And I showed this slide, and I said, after every war, the Israeli shekel goes down, the Israeli market goes down, and then it powers back ahead, and you'll make money. Now, I'm an idiot, because I didn't buy my own advice. And when you look at what happened, look at that dip. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. I mean, it's not beautiful when it goes down. It's beautiful when it goes back up. And today, actually, the Tel Aviv Exchange, the 35, is up at 2,500 at the moment. So it's like 20% beyond that. Today is a little old data. So what is in trouble in Israel? There are three sectors: construction, tourism, agriculture, all dependent on low wage labor that's been largely imported from our neighbors, the Palestinians, Thailand, workers, and others. And now we're not yet fully established replacements. We'll get there if the government does their job. What Israel is about tech. And just the way that Saudi Arabia's economy is about oil, and the way that others are about automotive, like your economy here largely. Israel is all tech. And it's extraordinary when you look at the concentration of this activity in the tech world in Israel. Now, this is the Israeli army. How do I know? Because I work with these guys. They're my middle management team in my sales department. But all these guys serve. They're not your Rambo, and they're not even, Jack Reacher in the old version. The newer version, he's bigger and better. But the old version, he was a little, sorry, you didn't do it for me. But the bottom line is that they're normal guys, but they're heroic. And they go and they defend us every day. And these people have spent a year fighting on the front lines. And then the army gets the support from the companies like us, who have to make sure that we're protecting our people and giving them additional support. Where am I clicking this, guys? We built a fund right after the war broke out to back our startups We made almost 50 different investments, and it went very, very well. We did not charge carried interest nor management fees on that fund because we just wanted to do it and get it done quickly, and that was a good thing. This is another example of a resilient IDF member who also is the son of our head of people. This heroic woman, Leah, is our head of HR, and she was spending a year working with all of our people who had children killed, husbands killed, people injured, and then she gets word that her son has lost 3 limbs. 3 limbs. Except that this kid is incredible. And he is sort of like, just let that sink in for a second. Look at those faces. This is what Israel is about today. So let's go and talk about OurCrowd for a few seconds. We'll do it quickly. We're managing actually closer to $2.5 billion now. We're backed by a lot of big banks. We have activity all over the world and in many different areas. We've had tremendous exits, big companies like Lemonade, like Uber as part of our IPO menu. We invest with the leading venture capitalists and other big investors around the world, and we're very diversified. Diversification is your friend. Make sure you do sector diversification, do stage diversification, geographic, okay, and risk profile. And so you look at this and we've got it all. We're investing in multiple dimensional diversification. Now, we have different funds, both venture and alternative assets, as well as individual companies, which you can make those individual investments with. We actually run 7 incubators, of which we have 80 different early stage companies, taking huge risks and spending years building the technology, which is often necessary. And let's get to this Rhodes 4, which is that, believe it or not, Israel in 2024 led the world in a venture capital rebound, but we'll see what happens this year. It could be a bumpy road. You look at these 2 slides. These are the global venture investment amounts next to the Israeli. They look like they're a copy. And that tells you what you need to know. Do not believe people when they tell you that the major challenge for Israel has been the war. That's not true. The major challenge has been the worldwide venture capital downturn. That's something we can get out there and work on, but that's outside of our control. And the reality is that when you look at what happened this past year, it went up 31%. 2024, on the basis of 2023, went up 31%, which was the highest increase in the world. The US went up by 28%, Europe went down, okay, China went down, but the US and Israel together went up, with the US just trailing Israel, which I'm proud of. Also, Israel had a huge year in exits, about $16 billion, based on the latest numbers. So what's driving this, really? What are the most important stops? Make sure you take a quick look. Number 1 is AI. AI is where it's all at. If you're not investing in AI, you are missing a feast. And there is money being made hands over, it's unbelievable. This week we're investing happily in a small company called OpenAI. It's not public. How are we getting in? Because that's what we do. We get access so that you can put $10,000 into OpenAI. Today, unfortunately, it's valued quite much. You've got to have a strong sense of altitude protection. It's valued over $200 billion, except you know where it was a year ago? 1/10 of that price. So not for everybody, for some. And who's driving it? NVIDIA. NVIDIA came to Israel and bought Mellanox and started this whole wildness going. God bless these guys. They're amazing. And you look at, they're doing like literally the world's leading technology for AI acceleration out of Israel. And this, you haven't really read about this one. This is Ilya Sutskever, who was Sam Altman's partner at OpenAI. He's built a new company called Safe Superintelligence. 10 employees, a business plan, and a $5 billion valuation based in Tel Aviv and Palo Alto. That's pretty good per employee, last I checked. Except that that wasn't good enough, because last 2 weeks ago, the same startup got a few more employees, and now it's worth $30 billion. Now your question to me is, how come you're not getting me this one? We're working on it. So Israel is being ranked up at the top of most of the countries in terms of access to the next generation of AI. And Sam Altman says nice things about us. And OurCrowd is doing really very well. We are the #1 AI investor in Israel. We have over 100 different investments. And globally, we're number 15, right beyond Andreessen Horowitz. Now, you can see some of the people we invest with in our companies. And we're very happy to have this portfolio, our own subsidiary in Abu Dhabi, and a bunch of recent cool investments in AI companies. So number 6, get ready for quantum, because this is faster yet. Buckle up. And if you look at our company, Quantum Machines, they just announced a couple of days ago that they are raising money at $170 million amount at a valuation of $690 million. And that's Israeli blue and white in the world of quantum orchestration. Now, stop 7. Each company has its own road trip. So when you get to Israel, you got to choose a few that you want to go on a trip with them. And they can be all kinds of different companies that are in. This is AI for cosmetics. Current value, $2.5 billion. This is not Israeli, it's American, but it's precision AI on NASDAQ. And we invest, obviously, both in Israel and overseas, too. This is a data company. This is one of my favorite companies. These guys are bringing back the woolly mammoth. That old beast, we're going to see it again, God willing. And it just went from $2 billion a few months ago to $10 billion. That's one expensive piece of wool. Don't tell the Icelandic or Trump will want to buy them. And these are numbers which we'll someday go through later. These are our own AI. I want to mention this one company called Zutacore, which does cooling, which is a big, big thing for AI data centers. So we got to move faster. I'd have no time for all these. Time is the most important KPI. Time. Number 8, cybersecurity, the gift that keeps giving. What a wonderful gift that's been. And again, this whiz, I don't need to mention, more than $32 billion. I love it. And it's very, very big. Defense tech, big. And the cyber exits are amazing. It's like of all the exits going on in the world of cyber, the majority are Israeli. So I'm not sure we're going to make it through the rest of this road trip. Often road trips have to change itinerary in the middle because I promised I would stay on time and not screw up your schedule. I love this company because this symbolizes it's a quantum security company to protect secure data, which is really a big part of what we're about. It took 7 years to incubate. It's now worth $100 million and selling to all the hyperscalers. You will hear about this company. Come see me in 3 years and then hopefully with a smile on your face. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.